WDSU News This Morning starts right now.
Well, good morning, and listen, at 5:59, you know it is Halloween here at WDSU. I think there is a spirit of some kind in the studio playing tricks on us this morning.
That's right.
But hopefully the day will be mostly treats.
I hope I didn't give you a spook, because I certainly wasn't trying to scare anybody on this Halloween morning. It is 5:59, and we're looking forward to the forecast. I really don't want to have to layer up my Halloween costume, so fingers crossed. But I know that it's beautiful outside the last few days. Let's check in with AJ Burnett, who has
Some more bombshell news out of LSU. Athletic Director Scott Woodward is out, and this morning we are waiting to learn more about this abrupt announcement.
Yeah, definitely sending shockwaves out there. The university says they have parted ways, and it comes a day after Governor Jeff Landry criticized Woodward publicly about the firing of former coach Brian Kelly and his multi-million-dollar buyout. WDSU reporter Elizabeth Kubel has the details on what has been a very hectic week for the Tiger football program and what happens next. Elizabeth. Bogalusa's mayor is in legal trouble after being indicted on accusations of malfeasance in office. Tyron Trunk. Dozens of staff members at Xavier University are without a job after mass layoffs this week. Amid those layoffs, we are getting answers on if employers are supposed to notify employees in advance. Meanwhile, a federal judge has indicated she may step in and order the Trump administration to tap into emergency funds to cover next month's SNAP benefits. In Slidell, 7 alleged child predators are behind bars after being taken down in an undercover online. Triple-digit heat index over the summer, so complaint box is closed from me. 6:18 on this TGIF. Good morning, friends. Starting off with a live look at I-10 and Orleans Avenue, and it looks like camera just froze up at 6:17, so literally a minute ago. But as you can see, there it is. Things are flowing smoothly. No congestion spots or problem spots, not on the interstates. I do still have a problem spot, a crash to report for you on a surface street. That's LaSalle, heading southbound at Cleveland Ave. I don't see congestion or delays, not on my map from this, but if you see flashing lights, you still see it there. Give those folks some room to work. Go ahead and drive around. Looking at the NO Metro, though, this is I-10 at Williams facing westbound. I-10 at Norman C. Francis, still very light volume out there. So if you are hitting the road before 6:30, you are good to go, and you will probably beat some of that heavy congestion and delays. I would say you have the green light all across the metro area so far this morning, but I am keeping an eye out. I see a small spot of congestion there on US 90 in the east. Looking at the West Bank, looking at that West Bank Expressway as folks approach the Crescent City Connection Bridge, you see that increase in cars, but green light on the map and on the surface streets as folks approach the Crescent City Connection Bridge and the elevated West Bank Expressway. Ferries, they're rolling on the river this morning at 6:19. Drive times for all my West Bank commuters looks really good, not spooky at all. That's really good news for the Friday morning. And then looking out at the HOV lane on the Crescent City Connection Bridge, we're going to see a huge increase over the next hour, but for right now, everyone is good to go. Still to come right here on WDSU, outbreak expands. The items you need to check your freezer for as listeria cases hit close to home. And say goodbye to your favorite channels, why Disney is cutting ties with a major TV provider. Well, this morning, 3 aggressive monkeys remain on the loose days after escaping a truck that overturned on a Mississippi highway.
A lot of people still talking about this, and this morning we are hearing from Tulane officials. A
listeria outbreak linked to prepared pasta meals has grown, and people in Louisiana are getting sick. The FDA says 2 additional deaths since. Well, Disney pulls its channels from YouTube TV after the 2 media giants failed to reach an agreement before Thursday's midnight deadline.
WDSU News This Morning starts right now.
Well, good morning, y'all. Happy Halloween on this TGIF. So many good things to look forward to. We've made it to the end of the work week on this Friday, the 31st. It's 6:29, and I'm just super excited because it's spooky weekend, spooky night tonight.
Spooky season has culminated on this Halloween day. We are so excited about it. I got to give.
Meantime, thousands of LCMC patients with United Healthcare will lose in-network access come tomorrow. The 2 companies have failed to reach a contract agreement. And as many of you may soon be shopping for new health care.
The average cost of premiums is predicted to be more than doubled if the government shutdown continues. During this time, many of you are looking for ways to save or just make your trip to the grocery store last longer.
That's right. And one of the ways to several airlines are stepping in to help federal aviation workers affected by the government shutdown. United. Well, right now, the LSU Tigers are on the market for a new athletic director. This is just the second bombshell move by the university this week, announcing last night that LSU and Scott Woodward have parted ways.
And it comes a day after Governor Jeff Landry criticized Woodward publicly. WDSU reporter Elizabeth Kubel explaining when we could learn more about this abrupt announcement.
Well, today, October 31st, of course, marks the last day for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as countless women battle the disease, some just want to feel like themselves again and regain confidence through breast reconstruction.
But as WDSU anchor Daryl Forges shows us, the procedure can cause major setbacks if you're not careful.
Well, there's a blood drive happening this weekend benefiting children with brain cancer. Now, you might not know, but chemotherapy and radiation can damage blood cells. That's why.
Let's get a look at the roadways. What's going on?
Light little whistle for y'all. We're giving you crossing guard, school crossing guard this morning, and I want you to stop what you're doing, get prepared to hit the roadway because we are approaching that prime time hour of commuting. Looking at the Claiborne flyover, as you can see, that volume is certainly starting to pick up and they are slowing down just a tad bit. That is typical as we approach the 7 o'clock hour. Looking at the I-10 at the Causeway Boulevard, and as you can see, again, seeing more volume out there. Green light largely across the metro area. New Orleans East, you are obviously starting to see it. That is very typical, one of those first spots that we started to see that heavy volume. And if you're crossing the Causeway Bridge, I want you to remember that today, mile marker 16 northbound, the right lane will be closed for some construction there. So make sure you're prepared. Expect a little bit of a slowdown in that spot at mile marker 16. But looking at the North Shore, I-12 at US 190 looks really good. Now that the sun is up, we can kind of see what's going on. I-12, US 190 in Covington, Mandeville, Madisonville, y'all look really good to go. Free to go this morning. Looking at your drive times starting to get bumped up as is typical. We're getting close to 7 o'clock, y'all. That's that prime time hour of commuting. We'll see peak volume. Looking at the high-rise bridge, though, I see flashing lights there, but they're not stopping. Things are flowing smoothly, at least on I-10 westbound coming down the bridge and I-10 eastbound going up the bridge. Again, if something happens, I'll push it to your phone. But for right now, it's 6:50, and I've got more for you to know before you go right here on WDSU.
Brandi, give us the whistle one more time.
Oh.
Come on. We love it. And hey, the time is 6:53, and as you get your day started, here is your 6 on 6.
LSU
Again.